Hello there, everybody. I'm MrEliMac, and this is the show where I fantasy book a storyline in wrestling that I think would be cool to see, whether that be in the past, present, or the future. If you're watching this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I am doing these fantasy booking videos monthly, and if you're a big wrestling fan and you want to watch these monthly videos, you may want to hit the subscribe button and the like button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever a new video like this comes your way. Also, I apologize for the new location. The internet in my room is not 100%, so I'm having to improvise. Now, as most of you know right now, Roman Reigns is currently running wild with the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And I know that I may be one of the few in this camp, but I really hope they unify the titles in some way in the future. Like, have someone else be the WWE Champion. Whatever they're going to do. But this video that you're currently watching is not going to be a sequel to my first fantasy booking video, which you can find somewhere in the card above me. Don't remember if it's this side or this side, but it'll be up there. But this video is going to be set in the current WWE Universe, and I'm going to be pitching who I think should dethrone the Tribal Chief. And now, let's get into the booking. And this video is currently being filmed on Thursday, right before the Friday Night SmackDown, before the contract signing between RK Bro and the Usos. So, I want you all to have in your brains the idea of when this video is set. Now, we start on May 9th. It's the Raw after WrestleMania Backlash. The Usos have beaten RK Bro to unify the Tag Team Championships. And the Bloodline come out. Roman Reigns in the center. Paul Heyman holding one of the belts. Roman one on the shoulder. And then the Usos are coming out carrying both belts over their head like this. And Roman gets on the mic and he mentions that the Bloodline is the best faction in all of wrestling, that no one can take them down. They are better than Evolution. They are better than DX. They are better than New Day. They are even better than the freaking Four Horsemen. That's how good that Roman Reigns is saying the Bloodline is. And then all of a sudden, song hits. Adrenaline in my soul, something, something, Cody Rhodes. That's right, Cody Rhodes comes out and he talks about how Roman is not as good as he says he is. The Bloodline is not as good as the Four Horsemen, and Cody wants to challenge Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell. He wants to do the one thing that his dad never could. He wants to be able to win a WWE championship, a WWE heavyweight championship, that is. And Roman's like, no, you're not worthy to face me. You need to acknowledge me, and you haven't even done that. And Cody's like, look, I don't care what you think I need to do. All I know is that I want that title. I want both of those titles. And Roman's like, look. I'll let you have your chance at the titles. However, you got to do one thing. You have to beat the Usos in a handicap match. And so later that night, in the main event, Cody Rhodes versus the Usos, it seems one-sided. It looks like the Usos are going to win. However, Cody is able to get Jimmy out of the ring, and he's able to hit Jey Uso. I almost forgot his name. He's able to hit Jey Usos with the Rhodes. Oh my goodness, I forgot what his finisher's called, but he hits him with that rolling cutter. That's what it's called in 2K22. He hits his finisher. 1, 2, Crossroads. He hits Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Cody Rhodes. He is going to be facing Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. But on SmackDown, the New Day face off against Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch in a handicap match, 2 versus 3, and the New Day is able to pick up the victory, fully cementing that they have beaten whatever Sheamus is calling his faction. I don't know exactly 100%, but the New Day win, finishing their feud. And backstage, Kofi and Xavier, they begin to discuss, like, oh, what are we going to do in the future? This is a match that I see happening at the very beginning, like the first match. And then later on in the back, Kofi is like, oh, Xavier, what should we do for the future? Maybe we should go for the tag team titles. Maybe we should face the Usos again. which they've done multiple times. And then, but before they can like fully cement the idea of like, yeah, we're gonna do this, the Usos walk up behind them. They're like, hey, you think you can beat us? You think you can just think about challenging us for the titles? No. That's not gonna happen. And they threaten the New Day. And just to make a long story short, we're going to Hell in a Cell. And we're going to be getting the Usos versus the New Day for the Unified Tag Team titles. And we're getting Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the Unified WWE Universal Championship. And at the end of Hell in a Cell, the Bloodline picks up the victory. However, unlike Cody, the New Day is actually able to put up a better fight. I mean, the Usos know the New Day very well, but ultimately, the New Day is able to prove that they're on par with the Usos. Maybe even slightly better. But the Usos are able to still pick up a victory. Now, it's the next SmackDown. The Bloodline come out and they're doing their normal thing. They're talking about how good they are, how they're the best faction, yada yada yada. We know what they do. But the New Day are just watching in the back. Just watching on the TV, watching and at that angle, that weird angle that nobody cares about. And the entire time that Roman and the Usos and Paul Heyman and the Bloodline are doing their promo, Kofi Kingston is verbally stating that he's tired of what Roman is saying. He is tired of the Bloodline thinking that they're the best faction. Like, oh, they're not the best faction. No, it's the New Day. They were the best faction. However, the entire time that Kofi is saying all this, Xavier Woods is just, he's like, dude, Kofi, calm down. Calm down. I don't want anyone to hear what you're saying. You need to stop. And Kofi's like, what's wrong? And like, he doesn't say it. Xavier doesn't say what's wrong, but you can see it on his face. He is feeling fear. Sort of going back to the storyline in 2016 against the Wyatt family, when it was the New Day versus the Wyatt family. Like, Xavier Woods was feeling fear for the Wyatt family and for Bray Wyatt. I would love to see it. I honestly think that would be a great thing to see, because for the longest time, since the Tribal Chief storyline has started, no one has honestly shown fear towards Roman Reigns, in my opinion. Everyone's just showed like, oh no, I have the courage to beat Roman Reigns, or no, I have the courage to beat Roman Reigns. Like, Roman Reigns isn't as good as he thinks he is, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. That has been the storyline for everyone that has gone up against Roman Reigns. Heck, even Goldberg's been like, you're next! Even though we all knew he wasn't next. Goldberg was the next to be defeated. But anyway, he's supposed to be the big bad of WWE, and people need to, like, fear him if he's the big bad. And I think Xavier, in my opinion, Xavier makes sense to be the first person to actually show some fear, because he's shown that emotion before. He's shown that he has the capability to act fearful towards someone. And I think Xavier would do that, especially if Kofi's like, hey, stop. And especially when you think of last year when that rivalry was happening between Roman and Big E, or rivalry in quotes, Xavier wasn't showing fear. But then after, because he had just won the King of the Ring tournament, of course, like, after winning King of the Ring, you're going to be ecstatic, like, oh, look at me, I'm amazing. But I also think, like, after his time has gone by and he saw his friend get injured by Ridge Holland, he's going to be a little bit more apprehensive to do anything. He doesn't want his other friend to get hurt either. Anyway, Kofi tries to go up against Roman, like, one-on-one, just like, it could be next week. It's like, hey, I want to fight you. And like, Roman's like, sure, whatever. But Kofi gets demolished by Roman. And Roman stares down at Xavier, but Xavier doesn't have the courage to fight back. And then after that, the next week, Kofi isn't mad at Xavier. He's just wondering if Xavier's okay. He's not mad at his friend for, like, not helping him. Sure, like, some people may, but what matters is that Kofi noticed that there's something wrong with Xavier, and he's gonna ask his friend, like, hey, I'm not mad that you didn't help, but I'm just wondering, like, is everything okay? And Xavier, like, just full-on explains everything that Roman has done, like, holding the title for nearly 2 years at this point, like, demolishing everyone on the roster, beating Brock Lesnar, the Beast, Brock Lesnar, when everyone else has had trouble doing so. Like, heck, even you can mention Big E had problems beating Brock Lesnar, and, like, that could be an entire thing. And then that's the story going on. And then Xavier, for the first time, is slowly losing his positivity. The power of positivity is running out of Xavier Woods. The New Day is all about positivity, but it's running out. And after hearing this, Roman decides to allow Kofi to challenge for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at Money in the Bank. Because he's sort of like, oh, no. Look, Xavier, you don't need to be afraid of me. And because you don't have to be afraid of me, I'll offer Kofi the chance to face me for the title. And he even suggests that, the Usos won't be at ringside. It will just be me and Kofi, one-on-one. You don't have to worry. You can be at ringside. Don't worry. You can be there. The Usos won't. Only Paul Heyman will. So you don't have to worry about a thing. So we get to Money in the Bank, and we get to that title match. Roman Reigns versus Kofi Kingston. And Roman, just like the last few weeks, destroys Kofi. And you think that the match between Brock Lesnar was devastating for Kofi? No, Roman is going to do so much worse. He is going to just destroy Kofi, and the match is very one-sided. Like, at the end of the match, Xavier is watching ringside as Kofi's getting destroyed, and again, he knows he can't do anything, and he's afraid to do anything. And Roman knocks out Kofi with the guillotine choke. And Xavier gets in the ring, and he tries to help Kofi out of the ring, and then Roman gets on the mic, and he stares at Xavier, and he smiles and says, "Woods, you're the only person to truly realize my power. You're the only one to see the tribal chief for who he really is, and because of that, I'm giving you something that I don't give many people. I'm giving you a title shot as well. At SummerSlam." And the match is set for Xavier Woods versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. And the entire build for the match is for people to come to Xavier to try to bolster his confidence. But Woods is still shaking. Roman eviscerated Kofi. What can he do? I mean, Drew McIntyre tried to go up to him and said, hey, Xavier, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about a thing. You can beat Roman. I just lost a lot of Scottish viewers because of that accent and that impression, but that's the basic gist. Like, a lot of main event level competitors on SmackDown try to bolster up Xavier, but it's not working. Well, it's not working until Big E comes back. Big E, he's still injured. He's not going to be doing anything in any sort of wrestling capacity, but Big E is here, and he's here to remind Xavier it's okay. It's okay to be afraid. Everyone's afraid. Heck, I was afraid when I got injured. But you need to realize that you can't have your fear take over. Look, Xavier, remember what you've done. You're one of the longest reigning tag team champions. You're King of the Ring winner. You successfully created Up, Up, Down, Down. You're on G4, something that you've always wanted. You're doing the things that Roman could never even dream about doing. He could never be the longest reigning tag team champion. He could never be a part of something like G4. He could never do the things that you've done. Roman has people afraid of him, yeah, but you have an army backing you up. All those fans are on your side. You shouldn't be afraid of him. It's going to be okay. And with everything that Big E has told Xavier, it's exactly what he needs. And Xavier finally realizes, like, yeah, I shouldn't be afraid of Roman. I mean, why should I? Sure, Roman has done all those things, but at the end of the day, like, he's ultimately going to be alone if he loses. He's going to wallow in that anger and that sadness, whereas if I lose, I'm still going to have people that are going to have my back. Right, Big E? I shouldn't be afraid. Thank you. And that's going to be Xavier's story. Now, Roman's story is going to be something completely different. Roman is going to be stating that he pities Xavier, that he's doing this match because of his pity. And he sees that someone has shown physical fear towards the tribal chief. No one should be afraid of me. No, I'm the kindest man in the world. I'm giving you a title shot. I'm a kind man, as I've shown you. I'm going to show you mercy. Because people deserve to see how merciful I am. Xavier, at SummerSlam, My mercy is going to make this match quick for you. I'm not going to drag it out. I'm not going to make you suffer like I've made others suffer. It's going to be quick. Spear, 1, 2, 3. And at the end of SummerSlam, you, Xavier, will acknowledge me. And that's going to be what Roman's going to be doing. Basically showing two separate halves. Someone that has all the confidence in the world and someone that doesn't have confidence. And how just because you both are in that mindset, that doesn't define you in the match. And that's not going to define the outcome. And so we get to the main event of SummerSlam. The challenger, Xavier Woods, versus the champion, Roman Reigns. Now, again, Roman has been saying he's going to make this match quick. He's going to put Xavier out of his misery very early, but Xavier's proving to be too fast. Like, every single time Roman tries to get his hands on him, Xavier's able to get out of the way because he's smaller. He's able to use his speed against Roman's strength. And the merciful Roman Reigns is slowly going to go away as the merciless Roman Reigns begins to come to the surface. And Roman goes for the spear, but Xavier's able to jump out of the way as Roman hits the ring post, like, oh, right in the shoulder, and he's like holding onto that shoulder, and Xavier grabs Roman, rolls him up for the backwoods, goes for a 1 count, but it only gets a 1 count, and Roman is furious that even happened. Roman was telling Xavier, just let this happen, let me end this match, but Xavier is showing that he is confident. The confidence that was inside him, that was gone, that was taken over by fear, that is there. That the fear is gone. The confidence is at the top. And Roman is finally showing anger. And as the match continues on to the finish, it shows the Usos trying to interfere, but then Kofi and Big E come back. Now, when Big E gets involved, like gets his hands on the Usos, the person that he's going to be fighting, he isn't going to be throwing any punches because, again, Big E is still a little injured. So it's going to be very one-sided for Big E only. But, like, Kofi and his guy is going to be a little bit more back and forth. But this distracts Roman. And Roman's trying to get the Usos out of there, try to get the New Day out of there. Hell, the referee is trying to get them out of there. And as Roman turns around, Xavier Woods is going to run, hits the Shining Wizard, which was one of his prior finishers, and he goes for the pin. 1, 2, kick out at 2. Xavier is shocked, and he gets up, and he watches Roman, and he starts to measure him, and he taps another Shining Wizard, but Roman Reigns is able to hit the spear. 1, 2, kick out! Xavier's able to kick out of the spear, and Roman is fuming. And he picks up Xavier and he locks in the guillotine choke. And Xavier struggles to reach the ropes. Roman is keeping it locked in. He is not letting Xavier out. But then Xavier slowly picks Roman up from the ground. Xavier gets to his feet and Roman is shocked. Xavier, for the first time, is showing strength that no one has ever seen before. Xavier uses all of the strength in his body and he shoves Roman into the turnbuckle. Roman, he gets hit, but he doesn't let go, but his grip loosens. And Xavier backs up and he hits Roman in the turnbuckle again, and that's when Roman lets go. And then Xavier putting in some offense, punches here, punches there, but Roman pushes him away. Again, Roman is still the stronger person, and Roman goes for the spear again, but Xavier able to jump up again, backs up, hits the ropes, run, hits another Shining Wizard, but Roman, this time he doesn't fall all the way down. He gets to one knee. He's like a little dazed. Like, again, he's shocked that he got hit by another Shining Wizard. And then Xavier goes off the ropes again, hits another Shining Wizard, and Roman is down on his back. He could get pinned, but Xavier, he is not going for the pin. No, he is going to make sure that Roman stays down. He goes up to the top rope. He walks on those ropes, and he jumps, and he hits a limit break. You think he's going to pin him there, but no. He knows that Roman's going to kick out of it. So he goes back to the top just to add emphasis. Hits another limit break off the top rope. The pin. 1, 2, 3. And your winner and new undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Xavier Woods. Roman rolls out of the ring, and Xavier is handed the title. The New Day come out and celebrate with their friend Xavier Woods able to do the one thing that not many people have done. He's able to beat Roman Reigns by pinfall. At this point, all 3 members of the New Day have finally been able to carry the world title. But again, Xavier has the glory of unseating Roman Reigns. Now, do I expect this title reign to last long? No, I don't. However, I hope that this can give Roman some much needed time off. Like, I'm not saying that Roman needs to go away. No, I'm saying that Roman has been doing his entire great heel run on all cylinders, and I think that he's earned some time off, in my opinion. And at the same time, Xavier Woods is loved by many fans, not just casual fans either. He's loved by hardcore geeks and nerds. I mean, he made playing video games in WWE popular. Now, I'm not saying that no one from the WWE roster never played video games. I'm not saying that at all. But I mean, he was able to show audiences that the WWE superstars are normal people. They also play video games. Heck, Xavier Woods alone was able to bridge the gap between the WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling, even if it was just for one day in his battle with Kenny Omega. So he is probably, in my opinion, one of the most popular wrestlers in like the geek sphere. And he's also one of the most relatable wrestlers in WWE right now. And I think having him be your main event champion would be great for business. Personally, that's just my thought. Also, what you can do with Roman when he comes back, this could be the time, if this is what they want, this could be the time when you can turn Roman back to being a face and have Roman show the respect to Xavier Woods, being able to say, hey, look, you were able to do the one thing that no one else was able to do. You pinned the tribal chief. And Roman at that point starts to show empathy and gets to see like, oh, this is what my actions have wrought. And maybe by that point, the audiences can cheer for him too. That's how you turn Roman face. That's how you get Xavier to be the main event guy. And that's how you can do all of this stuff. But that's just my thought. And that's my fantasy booking for dethroning Roman Reigns as the champion and crowning Xavier Woods as the new face of WWE. What are your thoughts on the idea? Do you like that Xavier is dethroning Roman Reigns, or would you prefer someone else? Whatever your thoughts are, post them in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Again, with you hitting the like button, this helps get that helps get the video out so many people can watch, and I would love it if people watch this video and gave their thoughts and opinions. And again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.